the Sacramento County Tobacco Securitization Corporation to order.
Yes, you are acting as the Tobacco Securitization Corporation. Item 53, approval of previous meeting minutes, adopt fiscal year 2018-19 budget, presentation of fiscal year 2017-18 audited financial report, and the appointment of the independent director.
Good morning. Kristen Yates, County Debt Officer. So every year on the first Tuesday of October, the Tobacco Securitization Authority of Northern California and the Tobacco Corporation Board convene to meet the annual meeting requirements. Since the board did not have a normal meeting scheduled for the first Tuesday in October, we're meeting today on September 25th. The Tobacco Authority met this morning, and this item will meet the annual requirement for the Tobacco Corporation. So our first order of business this morning is a recommendation to appoint Betty Williams to the vacant Tobacco Corporation Independent Director position. Ms. Williams was interviewed and meets the criteria included in the Articles of Incorporation, and based on her background and experience, it is recommended that she be appointed to the vacant position. I'd like to introduce Betty Williams to you.
Welcome. Do we need to vote on it, or?
Yes, you'll vote on this, and then Ms. Williams will join you, and then you guys have, I believe, 2 to 3 more recommendations that you'll need to approve.
Okay. So you'll let me know when we need to do
Yes.
that? Okay, thank you. Would you like to say something, Betty?
Certainly. Well, thank you I was asked to participate in this open spot, and I have served on a variety of boards and commissions for you over the last 15 years, I think. And I'm a tax attorney in Sacramento. I'm well-versed in budget and finance, and I'm pleased to serve in the capacity as the independent director.
Oh, we're glad to have you. Thank you.
Yeah, the seat's been cold for quite a while, so it's been vacant for quite a while.
I
Welcome.
don't know if I had a lot of competition.
I hope you put aside a lot of time for it.
I was told 7 minutes a year.
We'll need
I'd like to have an opportunity to serve the community in any way I can.
Yeah,
So.
great.
Okay.
Madam Chair, you'll need to ask for someone to call a motion to
Could I have a
approve the
motion
appointment.
to
So moved.
approve?
Second.
Please vote. And now you're official. and
Unanimous vote with those members present.
Please join us.
Thank you very much. So the annual report, excuse me, sorry. So the annual report before you includes the following recommendations: an approval of last year's meeting minutes, the adoption of the fiscal year 18-19 budget so I can begin to pay bills, and the receive and file of the June 30th, 2018 audit. So I'm here to answer any questions if you have any from the staff report. Otherwise, if you could move those recommendations, that would be great.
Move approval.
Second.
Seeing no questions, please vote.
Unanimous vote with those members present.
Thank you so much.
So that's it, Betty.
Yeah. You did a great job.
Thank you. Great job. See you next year.
Okay. Now go back to item 39.
Yes. Item 39. Item 39, approve a revised framework agreement, cost-sharing agreement, technical consultant contract, and authorize the Director of the Department of Water Resources to execute a contract with EKI Environment and Water Incorporated to develop a groundwater sustainability plan for the Cosumnes groundwater subbasin.
Okay, and I do have one speaker for this item. If anyone else is here to speak on it, please fill out your speaker sheet and bring it to the clerk.
Morning, Chair and members of the board. I have a map that I'd like to project, if I could, on the screen. As you know, Water Resources staff has been working to comply with the Sustainable Groundwater Management Act in all 4 of the Sacramento County's groundwater basins. The item before you today is related to those activities in the Cosumnes subbasin, where your board has management responsibility over a small portion of the basin. And on the map, it is the white area shown. Today, we're asking you to take 3 actions relative to management efforts in the Cosumnes Basin. Acting as groundwater sustainability agency for the portion of the Cosumnes Subbasin managed by Sacramento County, we're asking your board to approve the updated framework agreement, which outlines how the Cosumnes Subbasin Working Group makes decisions on moving forward through phase 2 of development of the groundwater sustainability plan, and approve the cost share agreement for the Cosumnes Working Group, which details how costs to develop the GSP will be apportioned. Additionally, Water Resources is the administering entity for the development of the GSP for the Cosumnes, and we're asking for the board authority to enter into a contract with EKI, Environment and Water. EKI was selected by the Cosumnes Working Group to develop the GSP. There are 6 other GSAs in the Cosumnes Subbasin, and each of the governing entities has approved the actions before you today. As we've discussed before, we have until 2022 to develop a GSP for this basin, so it's important to move these items forward so we can begin work. Happy to answer any questions you might have.
Mr. Natale?
Yeah, thank you, Madam Chair. Thanks, Carrie, for the presentation this morning, and I appreciate the department not only putting forward the graphic this morning, but I think the work that's gone into this, obviously work on part of a whole lot of folks to bring it to this point. And I felt it was important to, in addition, obviously, some requests to address this, but to have just a brief presentation to our board, because this work is going to entail the expenditure of close to $2 million, if not more, probably over time, but also the dedication efforts of several different entities, which are all portrayed there on the map you have on the screen. But I think just getting to this juncture has been a tremendous amount of work. I know, and certainly you and Linda Dorn and Michael Peterson and others on behalf of the county, but also certainly recognizing the elected boards and the represented agencies' dedication of time and money, because as noted in the information before us today, there is a cost share contribution that goes along with this over the course of the 4-year period that's anticipated here. And I think we'll probably find that January of 2022 comes around pretty quickly as we get into this effort. I did want to note that 2 things in particular. One, that as I understand it, there's been some discussion about different junctures at which this work will be presented beyond the working group, obviously, to the broader community. And I think as embedded in this information, there's an outreach plan that's talked about, in some of the dollars will be devoted to doing that. But I think a logical place, at least for some of the back and forth, I think that'll be important in developing a plan, would be to utilize, at least as one of the forums, the Community Planning Advisory Councils, 4 of which are certainly covered in this, certainly in the Sacramento County portion, and that would be the Vineyard, the Cosumnes, the Southeast, and the Delta Community Planning Advisory Council. So I would ask that as a part of this, again, it's not necessarily county staff's responsibility, but that the working group consider that maybe early on, once the consultant is brought on board and there's a contract and there's certainly there's a scope of work that's already talked to in the information before us today. And then some junctures when maybe there is some additional feedback and as the planning goes forward. Because I think it's going to be key, certainly in the area where we have property owners, some of them obviously in a more suburban setting, but many of them in a rural setting. There are organizations that may be a part of, but the water districts, irrigation districts, and the certainly the city of Galt obviously has a city council. But I think it's going to be important to ag-res pumpers, certainly agricultural pumpers, to those that have it for M&I uses within the city framework or elsewhere within the plan area, to have forums that really do reach out to folks, because what this will obviously entail is not only a lot of work, but a plan that will carry us through, I guess, show compliance through 2040, and will probably be the basis for other, knowing the legislature and how they tend to weigh in on these things, that probably for subsequent actions by the legislature. So I think it's important that we do our best to get it, to get it right as best we can the first time around. I also would just note, too, that there's a piece in here, and it may be addressed by folks today or not, but I think it's still key in the long term as it relates to a unified plan, but certainly the entities, the GSAs, and the whole issue of governance. And we've spent a lot of time, certainly you, Carrie, and Linda. I know I've been involved in some of those conversations along with the water forum that's going to be the project manager. But I think the governance piece still looms out there, and obviously there are a number of things that still will impact that. But I want to note that it's shown to be the phase 3. Obviously, the working group may get to that sooner rather than later, but I think that'll be key, obviously, to the long-term implementation and associated costs and any actions that would be, subsequent to the development and obviously approval of a plan. But I know the working group obviously will be constituted of the entities, and we're one of those, and certainly are bringing dollars to the table, and that's important. I certainly think our staff for that consideration helps offset for some of the smaller districts some of the costs of putting together this plan, which are sizable. Lastly, I would just note that we received correspondence this morning for council from a member of the Slough House Resource Conservation District Board, which took an action to approve the framework and the cost share allocation. But there are some questions of a legal nature to raise, so I don't know if you've seen that yet, Robin, but if we could make sure you get a copy of that through the clerk's office, take a look at that, and it may be important to note there may or may not be new issues raised there, but it relates to governance and to representation as the working group and this effort goes forward. So with that, I want to thank all the folks who have been a party to this. I know I've been at some meetings where we've had all the parties present talking about governance and plans and so forth, and it brings about a lively conversation, but people are very engaged, and I think are taking this matter seriously, and it's important for the long-term sustainability not only of the groundwater, but I think for long-term prosperity and viability of the use of lands and private property as well as public properties. And so this effort would be one I would hope that this board would also get at different junctures reports back on the status and the nature of some of the conversations and the work that the consultant's doing. So that's the comments I had. Thanks.
I don't have any other questions from board members, but we do have a speaker.
Thank you.
And Jean, I cannot read your handwriting, but you're from the Amador County Groundwater Management Authority. Sorry, can't say your last name.
Madam Chair, Board of Supervisors, Jean Mancebo, Amador Water Agency, also Executive Director of the Amador County Groundwater Management Authority.
Okay.
Here in support of the agreements, the framework agreement, as well as cost share agreements, and then also moving forward with authorization to enter into a contract with the consultant to move this project forward. Was on the screen, we were the green portion of one of the GSAs, and again, as one of the 6 members supporting this, we'd like to move it forward. This is, as it's been mentioned by Supervisor Natelli, this is time sensitive that we get this underway and moving forward. Our board has fully reviewed the agreements, strongly in support, as well as our legal counsel, which has also reviewed the issues over governance and support as written. Thank you very much. Happy to answer any questions.
Thank you. I don't have any questions for you.
Thanks,
so
Jean.
thank you for coming today.
Great. Thank you.
If there are no further questions, use a motion.
Okay, I would move approval of the staff recommendation as outlined.
Please vote.
Unanimous vote with those members present.
Okay, then I'd like to go to board nominations.
Yes, that would be item 57. You are continuing to October 30th, the South Sacramento Area Community Planning Advisory Council and the Vineyard Area Community Planning Advisory Council. And for your matters today, the Adult and Aging Commission,
Please continue to October 16th.
Children's Coalition,
Nominate Robin Pease for the Mental Health Interest Area seat and the remainder to October 30th.
Disability Advisory Commission,
Please continue to October 16th.
In-Home Supportive Services Advisory Committee,
Please continue to October 16th.
Local Child Care Planning and Development Council,
Nominate to reappoint Sadie Guddins to the Public agency seat, and continue the remainder to November 6th.
Mission Oaks Recreation and Park District.
And please continue October 30th.
And then we have the Sacramento County Bicycle Advisory Committee.
Chiefs recommend Andrea Strallo and Thomas Casera to the committee and continue the remainder to October 16th.
Sacramento County Youth Commission.
Supervisor Cerna is gone, but asks that we reappoint Eleanor Love to the District 1 seat.
Okay. Supervisor Kennedy.
Continue to October 30th.
And Supervisor Peters.
Continue to October 30th.
Supervisor Frost.
I was told I didn't have any, so continue to October 30th.
You're okay with that? Okay. And Supervisor Natoli.
Nominate incumbent Andrea Lee.
Okay. And now we have the Veterans Advisory Commission. Supervisor Natoli.
I'm going to close the nomination period if it hasn't already been done and continue to October 16th. I'll be prepared to make a nomination that day.
Okay. That concludes your nominations.
Okay, I have one off-agenda speaker, if they're still here. Angel Barajas.
Good morning. Good morning, Madam Chair and Board of Supervisors. My name is Angel Barajas. I'm a business agent, a representative of United Public Employees, and we represent approximately 90% of all county employees here, as you know. I'm here before you today because specifically over a labor dispute that we try to work out with your labor relations team, and unfortunately we haven't been able to work that out. As a Board of Supervisors, you have the ability to direct staff in which way you can, and we are requesting that an immediate cease and desist occur on the airport operating dispatchers at the airport not do EMD, which is emergency medical dispatching. The reason why at this point in time is that because we were, as a labor group and labor relations, negotiating the impacts, but as soon as we negotiated the impacts and we came in with a compensation proposal, the county withdrew the study, the classification study that would have inserted the emergency medical dispatching requirement. So what the county essentially did is circumvented that process so they wouldn't have discussions and negotiations regarding compensating airport dispatchers from becoming being emergency medical dispatchers and getting paid appropriately. So in essence, what the Sacramento County is trying to do here is to be the only airport in the state of California that required that requires the AOD dispatchers to do EMD certified and make and receive 911 calls. Yet we only get paid at the top step $57,000 in comparison to all the other jurisdictions of the airports. They're averaging over $85,000 to $90,000. So we see a huge disparity. We're asking that the Board of Supervisors go back and have your labor relations team go back to the table, negotiate properly, so that way United Public Employees, our employees, can be compensated fairly and we can continue the meet and confer process. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Natoli?
Yeah, just a question. So is this part of the 005 or 008 unit?
It's 005.
005. So
And it's impacting about 15 to 20 of our airport dispatchers.
Okay, and if I just could, Angel, so this is a very recent occurrence?
You know what? We went to the table on May 31st, 2018, and the county withdrew the classification study in which the EMD was supposed to be part of it. Okay. But this is what they're doing. They're saying it's not going to be in your class specs, but we're still going to require you to do that. Okay. So our employees on paper are going to be required, and if they're not properly trained or they make a mistake, they can be disciplined, yet it's not part of their job requirement.
Okay.
So, and also I have here for the Board of Supervisors, we did file an unfair labor practice charge on that, but as a Board of Supervisors, you have the right to direct your staff to go back to the table so that way we can be able to negotiate this at the lowest level and not through the unfair labor practice charge.
Thank you, sir. So,
Thank
you know, we cannot make any decisions on this, but, because it's not on the agenda. So if you'd like to give those documents to the clerk.
Absolutely.
She'll make sure they're passed out.
Thank you. Appreciate
Thank
it.
you. So, Madam Clerk, any other business before us?
I have no other business matters besides your county exec comments and your Board of Supervisor comments. You do have a closed session. The clerk will continue your afternoon items at 2 p.m. today.
Okay. Mr. County Executive?
No comments.
No. Supervisors?
No comments.
No comments? Okay, so I think that covers it for today, and we will adjourn to closed session.